Everybody, pull up a chair. Got another story for you about something that took place. No other explanation. Prior to me understanding, I could actually hone the skill of my intuition. I could actually become a medium if I didn't even think I was born one. This took place shortly after the passing of my late husband, Pietro. And I desperately wanted to connect with him. I could feel him on my skin. If anybody has ever lost somebody close to them, such as a spouse or even a child, you can feel that, maybe even a parent, right? Whatever that connection with was for you, I constantly felt him. But this was just a few weeks after his passing, maybe a month and a half. And I went to go see a woman who was a medical intuitive. Her name is Sherry Anshara. She is now beyond the veil. But I went to her because I knew her. I had done workshops with her. I understood her abilities. And I wanted to connect with my late husband. So she gets me on the table and I am bawling. I'm like kind of thing where I'm trying to calm down and she's hugging me and she was all of like, I don't know, 4'10", and she gets me up on this table, which was her working table. It was kind of the size of maybe a full-size bed. It was high up and you just always felt safe and cozy in that place. And so I crawled into it. She doing her thing. Okay. She's touching, she's pushing, I don't know what she's doing. She's just doing what she does. And she's getting me to a relaxed state. And she's down at my feet and she's up by my head and she's walking around the table. And she says to me, okay, and by this time I've calmed down. I'm no longer hyperventilating with sobs. And she says, I'm going to leave the room, but don't worry, I will know when to come back. So I'm laying there and I'm in this space. I'm in this, looking back at it now, I was probably in the total presence. My mind wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't drifting. I was just in this beautiful place. And all of a sudden, I hear footsteps. Of course, I think it's Sherry. The footsteps go behind me, and I feel a push on my shoulder. It took me a moment and I realized it was Pietro. It was Pietro. And I said, "Oh my gosh, it's you. You're here." I started bawling. I told him how much I loved him. And I have no sense of time here. So I'm going to say 5 minutes later. I really don't know. Sherry comes back in and I said, "Sherry, he was here." And she said, "I know." Now here's where the story gets even more NOE. No other explanation. About a week later, I'm telling a friend of mine, and I'm explaining to her exactly what I shared with you right now. And she's visibly taken aback, like tears in her eyes. And I said, "What? What?" And she said, and I'm going to use different names. She said, "So and so," that's the name I'm going to use, "so and so received Pietro when he passed. And Pietro asked him what happened." Actually, it sounded more like what the happened. Because you remember, Pietro was off the boat Italian with a really delicious, heavy Italian accent, which just endeared more people to him. And this person said, "You transitioned. You passed away." And Pietro says, "But I didn't want to leave yet. I wanted to touch on my wife one more time." And he did. He did, because of what I had decided to do with Sherry and her abilities and just opening up the channel. What I'm learning now in mediumship, gang, is people who are dead are still people. They just don't have a body. Their full consciousness is there. Their full personality is there. And I recently had two different people who read me, because I'm in practice with mediumship, two different people at two different times on the same day, brought Pietro forth. And they both told me he's never left your side. He's been by you. I think that in this world of understanding, and my mentors would call him a inspirer, not necessarily a spirit guide, not an angel. He's an inspirer, and he stays by me, and I love that. And I often forget that my now husband and my late husband never met, because Jeff has heard so much about Pietro. He talks as if he knows him, and Pietro has visited him. So this just gets better and better. Now, why back in 2016 it didn't dawn on me to go to a medium? I don't know. But I've always known Pietro has been with me. And with my activity with Sherry and knowing that I felt his touch, like literally a push, and then being validated the following week later with the story that took place with this person that Pietro visited after he departed just makes so much sense to me. So once again, thanks for pulling up a chair. I hope that opened up some, curiosity for you. If you've had any of these experiences, I would so love to hear about them. And once again, this is before I understood that I could be a medium if I didn't think I was born one. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.